Okay, the area of a square shown at the right is 9g squared plus 12g plus 4 centimeters squared. Find an expression for the length of a side. Now it's a square, which means both the sides would be the same. Basically, all they're asking you to do is factor this. You could factor this using the old methods and be fine. But you know it's a perfect square trinomial because it said its length and width of a square. They're the same. So always look for a common factor first. 9 and 12 and 4, they don't all have something in common. So can you square root 9g to the second? Yeah, the square root of 9 is 3. The square root of g to the second is just g. Can you square root the last term, positive 4? Yeah, square root of 4 is 2. Whatever symbol would be first would go in the middle, so it would be plus 2 squared. This would be in factored form. Double check. If I multiply 3g times 2, I get 6g times 2, 12g. So it just asks for the length of one side. So the length of one side would be 3g plus 2 centimeters. Now, if they said factor it completely, this 3g plus 2 squared would be your answer, which is what they're going to ask you for right here. If I can scooch it down, let's see what we've got here. There we go. So go ahead and I'll go over these. But go ahead and pause it here and actually try them out. All right, square root of 9g squared is 3g. Square root of 4 is 2. We get a minus in the middle because that first symbol is a minus. Square root of 4t squared is 2t. Square root of 81 is 9. First symbol is a plus. Let's double check. If we multiply 2t times 9, we get 18t times 2. Gives us that 36t. You could always write these things out twice and FOIL them to double check as well. This one's the same thing, except it's just going to be a minus. So 2t minus 9 squared. Great. What else we got? Oh, the difference of squares. I love the difference of squares. Difference of squares is when you have two terms that you can square root, and there's a minus in the middle, right? Difference means subtraction. So if you look, x squared minus 81, square root of x squared is x. The square root of 81 is 9. But you'll notice the symbols, one has a plus and one has a minus. That's how it's always going to be. If you were to FOIL that out, first would be x squared, outside would be negative 9x, inside would be positive 9x, last would be negative 81. Those middle terms end up canceling each other out. So you have the first term minus the last term squared. First term squared minus last term squared. Check for greatest common factor first. So I'm going to start the next video here doing